Hi there, would you like to tell us who you are and what it is you do?
Absolutely. Hendrik, go first.
I'm Hendrik Lesser from Munich, from Remote Control Productions. I run a family of development studios, mainly in Germany and in Austria. It's 12 studios now, between 2 guys and 40 guys. And I'm here to talk with Wilhelm about our partnership with Chimera Entertainment. We worked on the Angry Birds Epic game.
Wilhelm Todd, I run external products at Rovio Entertainment. Angry Birds Epic being one of the biggest ones, and that was together with Hendrik and his team.
So, really, looking at Angry Birds Epic, this is obviously a third-party model for yourselves at Rovio. Does this represent a significant change in your strategy now?
I want to say not really. I mean, we have worked with external parties along the way, and will continue to do so. Realize that we have certain amazing capabilities in house, and there's other amazing capabilities out of our house, and we definitely want to partner with the best studios in the world for achieving greatness.
And working with external publishers, you're on with Angry Birds Epic. What have been the main challenges for you of working with such a huge brand as Angry Birds?
You just mentioned the brand, obviously. Of course, it's a challenge in itself to work with a property existing for a while, with a lot of games out there, with already crossovers with Star Wars, for example, to basically step in the same foot. That was a challenge, but since our partners there and the guys at Rovio have been doing a wonderful job on assisting us, helping us, introducing us to the proper things, it was actually way more easy in the end than we thought. And also, of course, with a product like this, it has to be good. There's no way that we would release a mediocre product. So the attitude of releasing it when it's done quite helped a bit, and not just a bit, quite a lot actually.
What are the main changes you've both seen in 2014 with regards to mobile games?
I think the level of productions is starting to be really, really impressive overall. And I think that's going to continue moving into 2015 and 2016. The big titles out there are really, really big mobile games. They're starting to be at a AAA level quality in general. So that's one trend, and I think IP and the power of distribution, the power of IP is going to continue to grow. We saw that in 2014, and I think that's going to continue being extremely important. What do you think?
And I also think that, and I mentioned this with this partnership, I think this is something where you see much more in the industry to come. That a couple of years ago, lots of developers thought, I will do everything on my own. If I'm lucky too, I can scale quite a bit. I think that's way more difficult nowadays. So to partner up, to do something like this, to focus on your key strengths is something we were going to see much more in the future.
And looking ahead at 2015, what has the future got in store for you?
Oh my gosh, we have an amazing lineup for this year. Really stoked about it, and even continuing to 2016, we know pretty much all of it already. And I think the big piece of news in 2016 is the movie coming out. So that's summer 2016 feature-length cinema release of an Angry Birds movie together with Sony. That marks a new era, I think, in the Angry Birds brand, and something that we're really looking forward to.
And for us, it's obviously, with working on this kind of brand, it's a game changer for us. Before that game, not too many people knew who we were, especially with Chimera Entertainment. But now, with such a successful title on the map, we can do other things and pursue also other partnerships.
What about with regards to platforms? We're seeing a lot of talk at the moment about virtual reality. There's Android set-top boxes. What's your feelings with regards to the future in terms of platforms?
No, we're seeing wearables, we're seeing virtual reality, we're seeing, as you mentioned, set-top boxes. The next generation consoles are growing still quite at an interesting pace. I have a hard time picking a favorite really. What would I put my money on? But it is. I feel that yet again we are at a little bit of a junction point, and there's going to be disruption in the next years, which is great for the industry. It keeps us game developers and publishers on our toes and continue to try to do what we do best and serve our fans.
When you say disruption, how do you think it's going to manifest? What is that disruptive influence?
Well, I think in terms of disruption in this case, any new platform that actually takes off and makes an impact in the consumer space, takes part of the everyday consumer's life in terms of time. That is a disruption in itself, and games coming into that. It is a little bit like when mobile games took off. That took a long time before it actually happened. When it did, it was a disruptive moment in the games industry, and now there's still players figuring out mobile games due to that.
But I also think that, for example, the mobile games industry is becoming part of the traditional gaming industry much more. A couple of years ago it was way more crazy, and some people thought that only performance marketing, to focus on that, would be the main thing to do. And I'm actually glad, as a developer and as a gamer myself, that content has always become king again. So talking about brands and quality is in the end the quality of the content, and I'm quite glad with that. And with these new platforms on VR, it's like always, if there's a killer app, it's going to work out. If there isn't, it's not going to work out. And it's not the first time that there's VR out there. It's nearly 30 years old, the basic tech, and the old VX1 on your hat. And let's see how many people become or get a motion sickness or whatever to really find out if it works out.
You just hit on performance marketing, which is obviously a major theme or aspect of the mobile game developers, but at the same time, Rovio has the luxury now of having very well established and very well recognised brands. What do you think the future is for smaller developers who may not have the budgets for performance marketing or the ability necessarily to create a monster brand like Angry Birds?
In general, I don't think that the days are over to create new IP and to create new mega successes. Not at all. I do think that the focus on business today, due to the number of games launching every day, has become increasingly important. And when going out on the market, I don't think that it's sufficient anymore to try to get featuring for your game only, but you'd rather want to have a more holistic approach to how you try to get awareness for your game and get reach for your game, and that, I think that's the fundamental change that has happened when the market has matured somewhat. Due to this, I think that you're going to see more and more and leveled partnerships between what could perhaps a few years ago have been labeled like developers and publishers. Now I would rather categorize it as strong game partnerships forming in the industry. That's what I feel.
I can only say that I see it the same way. I've been with Take-Two and then at the start of my career, so traditional games publishing, and back in the days the power balance wasn't right at all with the publishers and the developers, and that's very different now. Well, we went through this phase of performance marketing. I'm from Germany, so we had this browser game extravaganza, companies becoming crazy successful, not even coming from the games industry, and now they have to understand too that they have to do brand marketing, they have to have a holistic approach. And but in a way we're going back to the traditional publishing style, but with a 2.0, very different kind of deals, very different kind of partnerships. It's an eye-to-eye thing nowadays, and not so much of kind of I'm the big guy and you're the small guy. So I'm very happy that the industry overall is developing too.
How does MGF as an event compare to other games industry events that you've been to or going to?
Well, I think Mobile Games Forum has a very long heritage, being, I believe it's the longest running mobile games show, at least in the Western world. So I think it collects a lot of the decision makers in the industry, a lot of familiar faces for the ones that go around shows, meeting people. So it does collect a lot of movers and shakers of the mobile games industry. Absolutely. Proud to be a co-host studio of MGF in 2015.
Yeah, I have to admit, even if it's the longest running show, it's the first time for me, so I'm still quite excited, and it's helping Wilhelm at his talk and be his wingman there. I still have to get all the different vibes and find out for myself, but so far I think it's a great show. Lots of interesting people to talk to. I like it.